We're afraid of what people will think, or we're afraid we're not good enough, or we're afraid we're too much. And so we hold ourselves back. When we do that, we're muting ourselves. And there are too many people that are muting themselves in the world. And I, for so many years, was one of them. I've discovered the power of unmuting myself, of showing up in the world in a way that is joyfully expressed and boldly alive. That's something that has been so important to me as I've discovered how freeing it is to be unmuted, to unmute our body and to unmute our ideas and to unmute our desires, to unmute ourselves in relationships and at work, and to be our own advocates and to ask for what we want and need. The unmuted life is a life that is fully alive and fully expressed and confident and clear. And to me, it's the only way that I know how to live now. I know what it's like to feel confined and stuck and small and silenced. And I also know what it feels like to be expressed and alive and joyful and present and seen. And it's so much better of a life to be unmuted. And that is what I want to bring you into. Are you ready to unmute yourself? Let's make it happen. Happy Friday. It is so exciting to be here. It has been a minute since I've done one of these. But I had to because it's like song release. We got to do it. I love seeing everyone who's here. Drop a note in the chat so that I know that you're here and I can give you some love. Thank you so much for showing up on a Friday. Corinne and Andrew and Toby, Doug, Lori, Anthony. Hey. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this too. It's interesting. I'm going to share a little bit about just, background things of the song and how it came to be and how long this has been in the works and just some behind the scenes stuff. But first, what I want to do is I want to invite all of you to connect to a bright spot that you have had in the past week. Drop in the chat. What has been a bright spot? We're talking about over the rainbow. We're talking about hope and possibilities and dreaming. And a big part of that is giving ourselves a chance to pause and take a moment and reflect and express gratitude for something or someone that has been a bright spot or a highlight or an over the rainbow moment in our week. So take a moment and drop it in the chat. This is definitely one of mine. I've got to tell you, I recorded this song. Let's see. Oh, Maggie's here. Yay. And Robin and Shannon. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay. Rachel. So a couple things I want to share about this song as you're dropping your bright spots in. So drop in the chat, bright spot that you've had. Twins graduation last night. Corinne, I know you're like, wasn't sure this was going to happen, but here we are. They made it. I want to celebrate your bright spots with you. A couple things I want to share too is that I have been sitting on this song, like the recording, for 3 months. And I'm in this community called the Outlier Project. Shout out to all my outliers that are here. And I was like, I don't know why I'm not submitting it to be shared with people, because it's a song that's like sacred and beloved and has so much meaning to people. And there was part of me that was like, I don't want to screw it up. Maybe you felt that way before you've shared something with the world. You've been like, ooh, is it good enough? Is it okay? Am I okay? So I want to share that if you have those thoughts, you're not alone. I also have those thoughts and I also have those feelings. And being courageous and living an unmuted life means you acknowledge that that is there and then you say, and I'm going to do it anyway. So that is why I finally shared it. And yes, Outliers Forever. Good morning, Carla. Glad that you're here. Toby and Andrew, I'm so glad to hear about your bright spots. Amazing, amazing. So all that to say, I want to give a little bit of a background and kind of a backstory of the connection to this song. So first and foremost, a couple things people may or may not know. And Lori, I have to mention this, y'all. Lori was gracious and asked me to play one of my songs at her wedding reception, which was like 10 days ago. And it was such a gift to be able to share Over the Rainbow with her guests before it was live for the world to see and to hear. So I just wanted to thank Lori for that so much. So a little bit of background, things you may not know about the song that I'm about to share with you. One, it was named the #1 song of the 20th century. Did you know that? Over the Rainbow, #1 song of the 20th century, and the greatest movie song ever made. So like, no pressure. Just release that as your first cover. Why not? And it's from one of my favorite movies ever. And it was almost cut from the movie. It was almost cut from the movie because people thought that it was too sad. And they thought it was weird that Dorothy was singing it on a farm. Which I'm like, well, she lived on a farm. Okay. So it was almost cut. But then one of the producers was like, I am not staying with this project if we do not include that song. Can you believe it? Like one of the most iconic songs of all time was almost cut from the movie. The version that I recorded has one of the verses that precedes the song. So actually the song doesn't normally start with somewhere over the rainbow. There's actually 2 verses that precede it. And so I wanted to include one of those in my version, which is something that Catherine McPhee does in hers. So that was my inspiration for wanting to put that bit in the beginning. Because when you first hear it, you're like, this isn't somewhere over the rainbow. Oh, okay, it is. So I wanted to share that with you because that was something I wanted to do a little bit different, put a little bit of intrigue in the front and make it sound different than some of the other versions that are out there. But I think, and welcome Charlie, welcome Kelly. John is here too. I just wanted to give shout outs to everybody that's joining us today. So glad you're here. Just sharing a little bit of the backstory right now behind the song and how I kind of got into this place of finally recording it and sharing it with the world. And so the thing about the song and the connection for me is, I guess from the time I was little, this was my favorite movie. Wizard of Oz was my favorite movie. And there was something about, which I'm sure this won't be a big stretch for anyone here, there was something about Dorothy being in this muted sepia-toned existence and then opening the door into this Technicolor, unmuted land of Oz that from the time I was like 2 years old, it spoke to something in me, and it always has. My dad tells me that I used to watch this movie a lot when I was little, like a baby, and he said that when the flying monkeys or the horses of a different color would come on the screen, I would start flapping my arms and grunting, which I said, Dad, please don't tell too many people that. But I thought it was kind of cute. So this song, it means so much because of what it represents. It's a song about possibility and dreaming big and hope. And those are all things that I value deeply and that I want to bring into the world. Before I share my newest version with you and kind of tell you how that came to be, I want to show you something that I just kind of remembered somewhat recently. 4 years ago, this is about 7 months after the car accident that I was in where I broke my back, I needed an outlet and I needed something to bring back joy because I was in a really, really low point in my life. And I found someone who did virtual voice lessons, and every Monday at 3:00, I would take these voice lessons. And at the time, this was before I was releasing or recording any music. It wasn't even a thought in my mind. I was taking lessons to get better for literally no one but myself, which to most people would probably make, why would you spend money on that? But singing has always, from the time I was very small, been a release for me and a source of joy. And I knew I needed that at the time. And so in one of our first lessons together, I was working on some songs that I wanted to try with her. And one of them I started to do a cappella. And so I'm going to share with you this. What we're about to share with you was recorded 4 years ago. And something unexpected happened. And it just shows you the power of a lyric and a song. Something unexpected happened. I just want to give you this to show you this was 4 years ago. The seed was planted for me wanting to do something with this song. And then I will, in just a moment, coming out of this, I'll sing my version that I released today. But I wanted you to see kind of like the before and after and just the emotional connection that a song can just stir up in us. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I've heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are that you dare to dream really do. Oh, gosh. Did not see that coming.
Music has that impact, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially one that is so rooted in your childhood. Oh boy, yeah. I get that. Yeah, I do. I do. Jeez.
Yeah. Did not.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I just didn't see it coming, the best kind. It's the best kind.
Yeah.
I can't watch that and not get teary-eyed. Um, at the time this was happening, I had, left my corporate job to launch my own business. And I was starting to do this thing with music that I, knew I'd always wanted to do, but I didn't even know what it was going to amount to or turn into or anything. But just that line of, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. I think sometimes we can be in a moment in our lives where the thing that we always hoped for or wished for or dreamed of is happening. And we can be so focused on what we don't have yet or what we haven't accomplished, what we haven't done. At least I get caught up in all that we can miss out on the goodness that is in the moment. Which is why I wanted to start today with asking you to share a bright spot, because so often there are such beautiful, wonderful things that are happening in our lives that we just miss because we're so focused on all these other things. And so I hope that the song I'm going to share in just a moment, but I hope that it reminds you of that it gives you a moment to pause and to be grateful for the things that you have already accomplished, for the person you have already become, for the things that you have already done that maybe you haven't adequately celebrated or taken a moment to be with and to acknowledge in yourself. It's one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves is to be present for those moments of joy. And so that, is something I want to share with all of you. And thanks for letting me share that video. I knew I wanted to do something with this, and there were two catalysts that prompted it. So I'm a part of a community called Impact 11, which is a community of speakers. And there was an event in Nashville in December, and they were having a gala. Everyone was dressed up. They had a mentalist who was just mind-blowing. He had the crowd just like on their feet, laughing, gasping, all of these amazing things. And then there was a dinner and an awards ceremony, and they had a lull. There was a band. It was Nashville, so a band was going to be playing. It's 10 o'clock at night on a Wednesday. All right. And the woman, Lila, who is doing the emceeing, all of a sudden I hear this voice that goes, hey, where's Rachel? Is Rachel Druckenmiller here? Rachel, can you sing something for us? What? Be careful if people find out that you are a singer. I never even met her before. I didn't know she knew who I was. And so I'm there. I haven't warmed up. I haven't done a thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you want me to sing in front of all these people and their spouses and everyone's dressed up and like I'm in Nashville, which is like the heartbeat of music. I mean, are you serious? And so I went up and I just decided that on the spot, this is the song that I was going to sing because I'd been working on it with, different coaches over time and just singing it by myself. And it was a moment to step in and to be unmuted. I could have said no, because we have these moments where we get invited to do things. People are like, hey, you ready? And we're like, no, bye. And I absolutely could have done that in the moment. And part of me really wanted to stay seated. And I was like, what if she thinks I'm in the bathroom? Then she won't look for me. But I had been spotted and I was like, you can't hide. And if your message, I had just delivered a message 2 days earlier to all my peers about unmuting your magic. I was like, can we live our message, please? And so that is what happened, right? Corinne is also a singer. Worst nightmare. Kelly Robinson is awesome. Kelly is the person that was like, so Rachel, when's the date you're going to release the song? So that's the next part of this little story, was I finally recorded it in a studio with a guy named Ricky and Evan. If you've heard my song Light Bulbs, Ricky also played the piano and the organ on the song Light Bulbs. So if you've heard that song, you've heard his talents. We got into the studio. I had sent him some a cappella versions of me singing Over the Rainbow. And we had a 50-year-old upright Yamaha piano that had 5 microphones on it. And it was meant to sort of be like this live studio feel. So as you listen to the track, you may hear things, even the recording on Spotify and whatnot. You may hear little like creaks and cracks. That's just because those were the ambient noises in the room that were picked up on those microphones. And then I was in a vocal booth recording the vocals. So he went through and just and played 5 different iterations of the song and went back. And then I sang over the one that we liked the most. And then, you know, the sound engineer does the thing the sound engineer does that, like, I don't understand. It looks like somebody's, you know, playing Tetris or something. And then the song was ready. And then I sat on it for 3 months because I was like, I don't want to mess this up, you know? And I was in a call with the Outlier Project. Some of my peoples are here, including Kelly Robinson and Jeannie Doherty and Lindsay Dowd and Jason Leibowitz and Heather Powers. I hope I'm not missing anybody. And I mentioned the song and I played it for them. And Kelly was not going to let me get off the call until I had a commitment to a release date. And I said, fine, I'll release it before the end of May. So we are literally on the second to last day of May. So Kelly, thank you so much. This is the power. Yeah, this is the power. Maybe just another song. Oh gosh, we sing 2 songs today? Exactly, Doug. That's the quote. That an invitation is an indication of a qualification. And when I say that on stage, I mean it. And then I'm like, oh, Rachel, you just got invited to do something. Somebody thinks you're qualified. Borrow their belief in you and say, yes, do it, you know? So we got to do these things. Okay. Are we ready? Are we ready to share this song, y'all? You got to drop in. Give me some love and support. It's a little nerve-wracking performing. Side note, I still get very, very nervous when I sing in front of people. So I just like to mention that. You can be scared and do it anyway. Put a rainbow in the chat if you're like, let's do this, Rachel. Give me some claps. Give me something here. Let me know that you're here, and I will share with you. So I think that's everything I wanted to say about the song. Oh, you can find it on all streaming platforms, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube. If you're putting reels on Instagram or TikTok, you can put it behind a reel. And if you do, tag me. And sometimes people send me notes, which is so lovely. If they listen to the song, they'll send me text messages of just their experience of it or an experience somebody else had with it. And I love getting those. And I don't think it's weird at all. And it's beautiful. And I screenshot and I save all of them. So just letting you know. And Rod's here and Linda's here too. I wanted to make sure I said hi to everybody. Is there anybody I missed? John? Did I say hi to John? Okay. And Deb Hallberg, good to have you here. All right. And Tim Soane's here. Hi. I don't think I said hi to you, Tim. Did I? All right. Rainbows. All right. The pressure's on. Holly. Hi. 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 Welcome. Welcome. All right. So. Trying to like not knock my headphones out of my ears. Okay. Here we go. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from your window pane, just a step beyond the rain. Way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue. That you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why, then why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't There we go. Oh, y'all are so sweet. So, right? Oh, Corinne. Chest voice and head voice in the same phrasing. Let's do it. Yeah. So there you go. I wanted to share that with everybody today because it brings me a lot of joy. Bursting with rainbows. Yay! Like if people that know me now would not believe, you would not believe that the 9-year-old version of me existed who closed herself up in a room, shut all the doors, put headphones on that blasted the music so loud that I couldn't even hear the sound of my own voice because I was so afraid of it. I would lip sync when I was at Mass. I went to Catholic school for 12 years. I would lip sync if I thought I was too loud. I didn't even audition for the choir at my high school because it was too nerve-wracking to be put on the spot like that. Anything is possible. And now at 40 years old, I'm singing one of my favorite songs, one of the most iconic songs of all time, and you all are here in this with me, and I cannot even tell you how much that means to me. Thank you all so much. This is amazing. I really, really appreciate it. We're going to drop a link to the song in the chat. Again, you can find it anywhere that you listen to music. If you want, I'll sing a bonus song if you want me to. We have a couple minutes. If you want to leave any comments in the chat, feel free about maybe what this song means to you. I've heard a lot of people say, oh, this was my grandmother's favorite song, or this song meant so much to my mother. I hear a lot of stories like that from people. So I'm so glad y'all are uplifted. That was like my goal in sharing this today, was to be a bright spot in your day. Did I do it? Did I do it? Mission accomplished. Yeah, so you can listen to it on all streaming platforms. The link that Nathan dropped in the chat is a really cool page. It's called Songlink, and it'll take you to a page that has every like streaming button option. And so then you, instead of like searching my name, you can just search my name in any streaming platform. People ask me like, what's your stage name? I'm like, isn't Druckenmiller cool enough? We're going to leave it at that. I don't have a stage name. Please sing another song. Okay, perfect. Kathy, thank you so much for being here. You're the best. And hey, shout out to the Outlier Project. If you don't already know about this community, so many, like 90% of the people in this room right now are in top. Tag, hi. Ah! I love seeing y'all here. Okay, let me make sure that I have the right mix for this song. I gotta like find, hold on a second. Is this the, let me make sure this is the right mix for this song. I have a soundboard, in case you're wondering what I'm doing. I have a soundboard down here that like tells me all the things. I think this is it. Hold on, let me make sure. Okay, that's the song. Y'all want to hear Light Bulbs for Mental Health Month? You know, I figure it's like a good song to sing. Linda, you're so kind. So I wrote the song a couple of years ago. Oh, Felipe. See, I knew it. It's like always somebody's mom's or grandmother's favorite song. Feel free to share it with her. I hope that you enjoy it. I hope that it's like a gift. This is the gift that keeps on giving. It's the coolest thing about music is that you can continue to share it with people. And you can brighten their day too. So I'm going to go ahead and share the song Light Bulbs. I know a lot of you have heard it, but I also know that people may not have heard it. And I wrote this song as a way to remind people to check on light bulbs, the people that are the bright spots. Haha, back to that again. See our light language here today? The people that show up and they shine and we think they're fine, but we later find out, oh, they were struggling. They were having a hard time, but I didn't know. So this is your reminder to check on the light bulbs. So if you'd like, before we leave today, if you want to just message somebody, send a note to somebody, just say, hey, checking in on you, or wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you, or I'm grateful to have you in my life. And once you've texted someone, put a light bulb in the chat. And I will go ahead and give you a bonus. Encore, encore, Rich. Oh my gosh. Rich, the recording is here. You'll be able to watch the recording once it wraps. All right, so we're doing light bulbs, everybody. Are we ready? Yes, we're ready. I haven't rehearsed this song in a while, so we'll see how it goes. But I did write it, so I should know it. All right. We feel the warmth, we fan the flame, while they silently suffer in pain. They shine like a star, so happy from afar, but they feel all alone in the dark. How we're showing up isn't working. We pretend we're okay when we know that we're not. What we feel we try to conceal. So check on the light bulbs. You know who they are. The ones that burn brightest, the ones that ignite us. They live like a spark. So check on the light bulbs before they go out. We don't see them dimming, the light they're emitting, until they fade out. So check on the light bulbs. They're trapped in a mind that's telling them lies, like you'll never get through it this time. Just be the strong one, the nothing's ever wrong one, the go along to get along one. You're fine. How we're showing up isn't working. We pretend we're okay when we know that we're not. What if we revealed what is real? So check on the light bulbs. You know who they are. The ones that burn brightest, the ones that ignite us. They live like a spark. So check on the light bulbs before they go out. We don't see them dimming, light they're emitting, until they fade out. Guitar solo. Pick up the phone, give them a call, be there and listen. All you gotta do is show up and be the light for them. So check on the light bulbs. You know who they are. The ones that burn brightest, the ones that ignite us. They live like a spark. Oh, check on the light bulbs before they go out. We don't see them dimming, like they're emitting, until they fade out. that is Light Bulbs. And Corinne Finney, by the way, who's on this live today, is one of the background vocalists on that song. So shout out to Corinne. Shout out to Corinne. I'm having fun today with everybody. We're basically at our time. I usually make these shows an hour, but I was like, let me give somebody a half hour on a Friday. Yeah, Light Bulbs. I'm so glad y'all love this. Oh, John, that's amazing. Yes, call your mom. That's a beautiful thing to do. I love that. Also, Nathan dropped in the chat the music video. I think a lot of people have seen it, but this is a song I did a music video for, and that was so fun. So fun. I'm thinking of doing a music video for Over the Rainbow. We'll see. I would like to do it. And I feel like I should wear this dress and braids. So anyway, yeah, shout out to Corinne. And so much gratitude. Drop a word or an emoji that describes how you're feeling right now. This is the end of our time together today. Can you even believe it? I know I should do more of these. Just for the sake of coming on here and singing to you. Charlie, Carla, Corinne, Teg, Robin, John, Felipe, Maggie, Rich, Doug, Andrew, Kathy, Linda, Elizabeth. I'm trying to remember. It cuts me off about who's making comments. But just thank you all so much for being here today. I really am incredibly grateful. To me, it's like, I cannot believe, one, that I'm doing this thing that my 9-year-old self dreamed of doing. And last thing I'll share with you. When I was in high school, we had this assignment. We had to make a list of our occupational daydreams, all the things we wanted to be. I wanted to be a psychologist when I was 15. And before that, a doctor. Before that, a nutritionist. Before that, a writer. Before that, a mathematician, because I like math, little whatever. The very first thing I ever wanted to be was a singer. Look, Ma, I'm doing it. Don't give up on your dreams. Do the things that you were called to do. You have gifts to share that only you can share in the way that you can share them with the voice that you have. So with that, everybody, thank you for being here today. And I will play us out by just playing the track. Go find it on all the places that you listen to music. Share it with your friends. Send me messages. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful weekend. Bye, everybody. When all the clouds darken up the skyway, there's a rainbow highway to be found, leading from